My mom charged me fake rent to keep me trapped, so I handed her an invoice for every penny. Moving back home after college was meant to be a launchpad, not a cage. My mom seemed so supportive. Of course, sweetie. Just pay your share of the bills, save up, get on your feet. It sounded perfect, responsible. So for 2 years, I transferred money to her account on the first of every month. First it was $800, then $950 because property taxes went up. Then $1,100 because the hydro bill was insane this winter. I was working a full-time marketing job and waiting tables on weekends. I barely went out. I ate ramen noodles like I was still a student. Yet, my savings account was a joke. I couldn't even get enough for a security deposit and first month's rent. It felt like I was running on a treadmill, working myself to exhaustion just to stay in the same place. The thing that broke it was a letter. A boring, official-looking envelope from the city water department. It was addressed to current resident. Usually I just leave mail for my parents on the counter, but something made me open it. It was a notice about upcoming pipe maintenance. At the bottom, it showed the property's average quarterly water bill, $65. I did the math in my head. That was about $22 a month. Mom had been charging me $100 a month just for water. A cold, sick feeling washed over me. It was just a small discrepancy, but it felt like a loose thread on a sweater. I started pulling. That night, after my parents were asleep, I went into the little office where my dad kept his files. I felt like a criminal, my heart pounding as I gently opened the filing cabinet. I found the folder labeled Utilities. And there it was, 2 years of bills. The real ones: electricity, gas, water, property tax statements. I sat on the floor with my phone's calculator, my hands shaking. She hadn't just been padding the bills, she was a con artist. She was charging me double the entire mortgage payment for rent, triple the actual cost of utilities. The numbers on the page swam. It wasn't about the money, not really. It was the deliberate, calculated sabotage. She wasn't helping me. She was actively preventing me from leaving. Every "I'm so proud of you" felt like a lie. Every supportive word was a link in a chain she was forging around me. For the next week, I lived a double life. I was pleasant and normal to her face, but at night, I was building my case. I created a spreadsheet. Column A, date of payment. Column B, amount paid to mom. Column C, actual prorated cost of bills. Column D, the overpayment. The total in that final column grew to a nauseating 5-figure number. While she thought I was saving for a future she was sabotaging, I was actually planning my escape. I found a room for rent with a couple of friends. I signed the lease online and paid the deposit with the last of my real savings. On a Saturday morning, while she was out at her book club, my friends came over with a truck. We moved all my stuff in under an hour. It wasn't much. I left the room cleaner than I found it. On the perfectly made bed, I left a single white envelope. Inside was my old room key, a copy of my new lease agreement, and a printed copy of my spreadsheet. At the bottom of the spreadsheet, in big, bold, red letters, it read, Invoice, total owed, $14,280.57. I was halfway to my new apartment when my phone rang. It was her. I answered and was met with a wall of pure fury. There was no apology, no shame, just rage. How dare you go through my private things? After everything I've done for you, this is the thanks I get? You're ungrateful? She was screaming so loud the phone's speaker distorted. I heard my dad take the phone from her. He was quiet for a long moment. Then he just said, I saw the numbers, Sarah. She showed me the spreadsheet. Just be safe. Send me your new address. I didn't say anything. I just hung up. I get a check from my dad every month for $200 with repayment written in the memo line.